Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. 'Tis the week of Christmas, and I thought I would pop in with a quick little gift card holder idea. It's just a very simple, quick way to dress up a gift card if you're giving that as a gift. You'll need a piece of some kind of pattern paper. This is from Close to My Heart. I think it's in a mix-in pack, and I have scored it. You can't see it very well on here, so I made a little template. So we've got 6 inches and 4 inches. Now on the 4-inch side, you're going to score at 1/4 of an inch and at 3 3/4 of an inch. Then on the 6-inch side, which is here, you're going to score it at 2 inches and then at 4 1/2. So you're going to have a little bit longer piece of cardstock down here than you are up here. Then you're going to do some removing. Now I drew this incorrectly. We want to leave the little flaps on. So we want to keep these that are on the 2-inch part. And we want to remove all of this. So the rest of it we take off. And I do it with a pair of scissors. You can, of course, use your trimmer if you are super proficient on your trimmer. So here I have this all pre-scored, and I did it that way because I didn't think you wanted to sit there and watch me fumble around with a scoreboard. But if that's something you'd like to see, leave me a comment, and I would be happy to do that. So there you can see where the little 1/4 inch, and then we have the 2-inch score line and the 4 1/2 inch. And I'm using my bone folder just to give that paper some encouragement. So you've got the shorter part at the top and the longer part at the bottom, and we want to leave the tabs on the longer section. So I'm going to I'm going to cut a little bit of an angle into that bottom section, and then take my scissors and follow my score line all the way up to the top, just like that. Then on the other side, same thing. I'm going to wedge into that bottom section just a little bit, just to remove some bulk. And then I am going to hopefully cut straight. And I'm using my micro tip scissors. So there you go. This is what it looks like. You've got the 2 little tabs at the bottom and the rest removed. The next thing we're going to do is I want to put a notch in here. And I have my trusty dusty oldie moldy Stampin' Up! Oval punch that I've had for a very long time. I find that sometimes those little treasures come in handy. We're ready to glue it together. So I'm going to use my glue, put some glue on these side tabs, and I'm using glue because I find when I use a tape runner, things get stuck into it. When I try to slide something in and out of a pocket, sometimes it just gets hung up in there on that tape runner adhesive. And they just fold around to the back side. And there you go. You've got a gift card holder. That's kind of plain, and we crafty gals, we like to dress things up. So I have a fancy stitched bracket, stitched scallop bracket. You can see it here. And there are 2 of them, 2 sizes. I used the larger of the 2 sizes. And I am going to use some black. Love our magnetic open. Super easy to get into. And I have an old stamp that was from last year. You can use any kind of a Christmassy stamp. This just said a little dash of cheer, and I thought that was appropriate. My husband is going to be using these to give some gift cards to some co-workers. And I wanted to put a little bit of color on there. So I have our avocado ink, and I have a little tiny evergreen branch, which was also from this same stamp set. Sometimes those gems are just there and so easy to use. And I'm adding a couple of branches in a kitty corner from each other, just like that. A little dash of cheer. Being that this is a Christmas gift, I thought it needed a little red. So I am getting out this is called a tri-blend marker. These are the markers that we carry. This is the dark red shades. And you can see on the marker, it says light, and then medium, and dark. So you get all three of the shades, which makes for some nice, easy blending. So I'm going to start with the dark. And I'm going to put a little bit just here at the outside corner edges. I am not a colorist by any stretch, so I just do what I think I like. So I'm just adding a little bit of dark shading, and in the end I think it all works out. So there was the dark. Now I'm going to go to the mid color and I'm going to go over the top of the dark just a little bit to do a little bit of blending. I'm trying not to get too crazy with the ink because reds do tend to bleed. And I'm just pulling that mid color out, starting in the dark color, and just dragging it out a little bit. And here, just adding a little bit next to each of those darks. And then I've got the light color. And what I'm going to do with the light is actually just go over the whole thing. And you don't have to do shading. If you really don't like doing it, just use simple coloring. I think that looks beautiful too. It just adds a little something when you do it. But if you are uncomfortable with it, then don't. I'm not super comfortable with it. That's why you don't see me use markers very often. But I'm working at getting more comfortable. And then close it up. Grab your gold shimmer brush. You could use a clear shimmer brush. You could probably use a red shimmer brush. I have gold here, so I thought I would add just a little gold shimmer going right over my marker coloring. Doesn't affect anything. My brush doesn't even seem to pick up any of that marker. If you're afraid it did, you just swipe it off, but it didn't. That's the gold shimmer brush. And now we'll attach it. And I'm pretty sure about the top 2/3. So you only want to put your adhesive where it's going to lay on the flap. You don't want to put it all the way down or you'll glue your pocket closed. We don't want to do that. Because fixing that, ooh, that's a toughie. So I've got my glue on there, close this up, and I'm just putting this up as close to the top as I can. And then I am taking my scissors and I'm going to remove that little bit that sticks out. And that's all there is to it. Super cute. Only takes a 4x6 piece of paper. So if you've got some Christmas paper that you have some 4x6 pieces left, this is the perfect use for them. So a little dash of cheer. I don't know if I can get it into the right light enough to see the shimmer. I can't tell. Hopefully you can. I also did another one, but I used our new little small bow, thin cut. This is what it looks like. And I cut the tails because I wanted them to come down rather than go out. So, isn't that fun? Look at that. Super cute. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're in the middle of a wonderful Christmas season, holiday season, whatever season it might be for you. Have a blessed and crafty day, and I'll see you next time.